Hear me out. When I was a little girl, I think I was 11 years old, I went to a big cat animal sanctuary. Well, specifically, it wasn't just for big cats. It was like for like all different sorts of animals that were, taken from natural habitat and then abused and used in like circuses and what people do to animals really, it makes me so fucking mad. But listen, I digress. There is a 900-pound Siberian tiger. 900 pounds. I'm squatting outside of its cage. I asked the lady if I could go in the cage. She looked at me like, no. I'll get to that, but the answer to this question is no. She doesn't remember me. And if she does, she doesn't say anything because I asked her up here and she either didn't hear or didn't respond. So anyways, it very well may have been a different lady, but this story in particular, I think maybe my godmother brought it up though. But she didn't bring up the part where I was actually playing with the tiger cub. Okay, so anyways, let me finish the story. So I am sitting outside of this cage, and there's this 900-pound Siberian tiger in front of me, and it's just it basically sees me. I can see it scent. It stands up. It lowers its head, and it starts walking over to me slowly, going, "Ooh, ooh." And I'm just like, oh yeah, big friendly kitty coming this way. It laid down in front of me and rolled over with its feet in the air like, ooh, ooh. I was scritching it as best I could through the cage, but my fingers, I couldn't really get through. And the lady was looking at me like, what the fuck is going on over here? And I was just like, I like kitties. And it's like, ooh. Oh, because that's the sound that tigers make when they are greeting somebody and they're being friendly. It's called chuffing. I'm making a more exaggerated sound, but basically it's the way that tigers purr, because big cats can't purr anymore. They lose I don't know at what age, but shortly after they're old enough to start eating raw meat is when they kind of stop purring. Actually, that's a good point. Maybe they still can. They just don't want to. That's funnier. Right? Also, they could roar and do other things and make snarly sounds, so that's pretty cool, but they would never do that at me. Mm-mm. No, the lion did that. Okay, no, we'll get to there. So, They didn't let me play with the Siberian tiger, but there was a tiger cub that I did go and play with, and that was pretty fucking cool. It was like 90 pounds. It was almost the same size as me. And it was like sitting in my lap, and I was just like, yeah, that's a good kitty. You know how like I do. And we liked it. And I just remember like the lady again looking at me like, these are like wild animals. I'm like, yeah, me too. Okay, so fast forward, because we're going to skip through the boring animals. I don't care about the bears. Fuck you, bear. Right? I like cats. So then they take me to see this pride of lions, and I had a little bit of nervousness in my testicles area, because lions, tigers are one-on-one kitties, okay? Lions are the party people. I don't really like to party. I'm a wanderer. I usually am by myself. I don't like other people. So anyways, they told me not to, and I was just like, no, I'm doing it anyways. I walked right up to the fucking cage, and this lioness comes strutting up to me like, what the fuck? And she took her claw and just grabbed onto my jacket and pulled me in, and I was like, yeah, bitch. And I just stared her right in the fucking eye, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her. She let go and backed off, and I was like, yeah! All right! Yeah! I rose-butted in my pants a little too, so come on, man. Yeah. Well, that's story time with me and when I met the big kitties. Okay,